Hey everyone, welcome back to ELA Prep, and today we are going to be reviewing on exactly what is an argument and how to start writing it. This is the start of Unit 2, and so we're going to be diving into more of these arguments and maybe some essays as well. This is the intro lesson, so if you've ever struggled with writing essays, well, this video is exactly for you. So today we're going to be talking about what argument really is, the difference between an argument and an opinion. There's a few parts of argument, so 4 main parts of argument, and then of course we'll go through a practice example right after. So by the end of this video, argumentative writing should be a lot easier. So alright, let's get straight into it. Alright, so what is an argument? So an argument is a claim supported by reasons and evidence. So let me say that again in simple terms. So an argument is basically when you make a point and then you actually prove it. So the purpose of an argument is to actually convince someone to believe something or to do something. And here's something extremely important. So arguments usually rely on logic and proof. Of course, you can use feelings. Actually, normally you should appeal to their feelings or pathos. Or pathos, whatever, however you say it. But you can't just say something like, oh yeah, I think this is very good. No, you have to explain why it's actually good, and then you back it up with evidence. Alright, so now argument versus opinion. So a lot of students get confused on this, and so I felt like it would be necessary to clarify it. So an opinion states what someone thinks or feels. So, as I said before, you can't just say something, oh yeah, this is very good. Yeah, but like, why? And that's where the argument comes in. An argument explains why that something is good with reasons and evidence. So you gotta remember this. So an opinion is what you think, while an argument not only brings in what you think, but why and proof of it. So strong arguments support ideas with proof. Weak arguments, they're just basically opinions. So you need to really know how to differentiate that, so in an argumentative essay, you actually have a convincing argument. Alright, so an argument should be divided into specifically 4 parts. Specifically 4 main parts. Well, okay, actually let me rephrase this. So, it's mainly 3 parts, but the 4th will go on later. It's a little weird, but let's first focus on the main 3. So first we have claim. So the claim is the writer's main argument. So it's your position, your side, your answer of the prompt. And so a strong claim is very clear, very specific, and very arguable. Alright, so that doesn't mean someone could disagree with it, but you need to have proof to back it up. So next, we have reasons. So reasons explain why the claim is valid. This is, of course, a very crucial part of an argument. You shouldn't just have one reason, actually, in an essay. Strong essays usually have at least 2 or 3. It depends on what your teacher wants or whatever you feel like, honestly. If you're under time, like if you're under like 45 minutes, 4 paragraphs or 2 reasons are what you should go for. If you think you can fit in a third, then sure, that third reason is a little more specific, but we'll get on that later. So each reason should support the claim in a very clear way, and effective arguments include more than one reason. Yeah, I just said that, but okay, moving on. So if your claim is if your claim is something like schools need to have uniforms, well, a reason could be that they protect the schools. So, you know, the United States is very known for, in a very simple way, it's known for a lot of people wanting to enter it, and so school uniforms can help differentiate who's actually part of the school and who isn't. It protects the students a lot. So each reason must clearly connect back to your claim. So if it doesn't support your main point, just don't include it at all. Alright, next is evidence. Now, this is where a lot of students will lose points. So the evidence is basically the proof. Evidence could include stuff like statistics, research, examples, or expert opinions. Without evidence, well, your argument will feel very weak. So, alright, let's go back to the school uniforms thing. If you just say the uniforms will protect students, well, your teacher or whoever's grading it will probably want to know, how do you know that, or why? So you can add something. Well, I basically already explained it, but you can add some context on. A lot of adults like to go in schools because of very adult reasons. If you live in the United States, you probably know what I'm talking about. That's why you have multiple drills for it. But that is just an example for it. But with you adding context, you're going to show that you actually know about the topic, and you sound more credible, which in turn makes it more convincing. Alright, so here is the so-called fourth part of an argument. Basically, when you're more of a beginner, you don't really need this. A counter argument is just, well, you going against your own argument. It should usually serve in case you want to have 3 reasons. You could use your counter argument as one. Now, the more advanced you get, the more they'll ask for it. You don't really necessarily need to have an entire new paragraph for it. You can just state it in a few lines. The people actually just want to see that you acknowledge the opposite side, and then you need to disprove it. Alright, so a counter argument presents the opposing viewpoint, as I just said. So strong writers acknowledge opposing ideas, and responding to counter arguments just overall strengthens the argument. It shows that you understand the other side, you've thought about different perspectives. However, you basing it off of what you know already and your argument, you can basically disprove the other side, or if not disprove, you can clearly explain why you would pick that side. This overall will show that you're quite advanced and that you're mature and you've got quite a lot of critical thinking. Alright, so that's, basically it. Now we're gonna be having a little practice. I want you guys to basically identify the argument. So, you're gonna see here is mainly, it's an example argument. And then after, we're gonna split it on each topic or each part of it. Alright, so school uniforms should be required in public schools because they reduce distractions and create a more focused learning environment. I kind of changed it over here, so it's not very, so I don't really need a censor. Alright, so going back, when students are not worried about fashion trends or comparing outfits, they are more likely to concentrate on their schoolwork. In fact, many schools that have implemented uniform policies report fewer dress code violations and fewer discipline issues. For these reasons, requiring uniforms can improve the overall academic environment. So you can pause this video, do whatever. This is the student's argument. This is an example argument, and see if you can identify the three main parts of an argument. Alright, so for this argument over here, we have the claim. They clearly state their claim, which is school uniforms should be required. It's basically the topic, what exactly they're mentioning or what they're talking about. The main goal, it doesn't need to be very specific, it's just a general idea. Now the reason, why should school uniforms be required? Well, they reduce distractions in school. They can improve academics. And now you need to back that up with evidence. You can also go, Well, why exactly do they reduce distractions in school? The evidence should be schools with uniforms report fewer dress code violations. Oh well, okay. I guess I forgot to include a thank you slide, but okay. Well, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope I made it more clear of what an argument is and how to write it. This is mostly the basics. This is mostly so you understand exactly what you should do in these argumentative essays. We're gonna get into more writing practices after, of course. You actually need to be writing yourself in order to get the hang of this. But as long as your mind is organized, you know what you need to do. You should be good. You should be good enough. This is, well, mainly the main part. If you understand how to argue or what to argue, then you should be. The essay should be a walk in the park. Well, maybe not a walk in the park, but you shouldn't really struggle with it too much. Alright, well, but that's basically it. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe. In case you have any questions, feedback, anything really, you can leave a comment down below. I will do my best to respond to it in time. And well, yeah, that's it. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.